So what I want to do now is I want to give you a couple of examples of really specific clients so you can understand 2.5 isn't the right answer, right? Like, that's not how this works. I've got a client, they're doing IDIQ work, and they're also writing SBIR proposals. And they got some really great stuff that they're doing, like high-end stuff. When I first met him, I was like, wow. And I had this vision of what their multiplier should look like, and then he showed me, and I went, whoa, disconnect. And he said, Ed, 2 years ago, the director called all the contractors in and said, if you want to keep doing business with us, you have to do what you're doing or better at 30% less, or we're not going to do business with you anymore. And he said, since that meeting, he said, nobody has won an award here that's been more than 1% higher than the low-cost bidder on any project. And I said, okay, that's the environment he's working in. My New York guy, really crafty SBIR guy, flies all over the place, talks to the customers, how you doing, what do you need, what do you got, who's got the money? Really in touch with the customers. 3.4 multiplier, they couldn't care less, he's solving their problems. Texas, gonna have the biggest rate you've ever seen. His stuff is, like when he explains to me what he does, I go, ugh. Like I can't even keep up with him. And then finally, I've got an unfortunate case of a client. He spun out of a big company. Big company was doing business with the government. They had a multiplier of about 2.8. And the customer came in and he was tired of the big company culture and he wanted to start his own thing and he was going to take some of the guys from the company and start his own thing. And the government said, well, how much are you going to charge me? You know, so he said, I'm going to take these guys, I'm going to go down the street and I'm going to call it XYZ company. So the only thing the government cares about is, am I going to get the same guys or better, and is it going to be the same price or better? So he established a multiplier of 1.8, and this was before he hired us. When he started realizing that to build his business, he needed to invest in the business, and he needed a higher multiplier, he needed a higher indirect rate. So he's billing at 1.8, and he's running at 1.9, and he's using his fee to cover some of the gap, and he's using his vendors to cover the rest of the gap, and then he'll build the rate variance. And the next year he's trying to get his multiplier to 2, and the next year he's trying to get his multiplier to 2.1, and he's trying to get his multiplier to 2.2. And his customer went, something's going on here. And the next thing you know, DCAA is out there doing regression analysis and says, based on your history, we've done some regression analysis, and we don't believe we should be raising your indirect rates. Nothing has strategically or structurally changed in your organization. You're at the same facility, you got the same guys. You're just manipulating your rates, and we're not going to let you do it. And he's now stuck at 2.1. So these are all real-life situations, just like yours. Guess what? Indirect rates is like Goldilocks. You miss too low, you're going to have cash flow problems and losses, assuming that you're bootstrapped. You miss too high, you could lose the award. But if you do it just right, cost-type work can be used to build your business.